2 weeks to go before the ANC holds its 55th National Conference, and already there are calls for President Ramaphosa to resign because of this Phala Phala farm saga. His political future now seems to be hanging in the balance. The president did not turn up at today's meeting that has just been adjourned at Nasrec in Soweto, but from the comments we've heard, he's expected to attend the NEC when it meets again. Now, political analyst Brutus Malada argues that Ramaphosa has squandered all the public confidence he enjoyed when he ascended to the high office in 2018. Let's unpack his views now. He's joining us now live. Brutus, good afternoon. Welcome to today. Thank you very much for your time. Before we unpack your views that you've expressed about how will Cyril Ramaphosa be remembered, what his legacy is likely to look like after his term of office has ended in future, whenever that will be, can I just get a sense from you, as you are listening and watching and hearing what happened today with the NEC meeting, what are you thinking? I mean, is the ANC organized? To me, they seem like they were caught napping, despite the fact that Thabo Mbeki did ask ANC members several weeks ago, what will happen? What will we do if the panel in Parliament finds that Ramaphosa has a case to answer?
Thanks, Dan. Thanks for having me in this platform. Listening to the views that are expressed by members of the NEC as the interviews were taking place, one gets to understand that the ANC is in disarray. It's not organized. There has not been a clear transitional mechanism in place. This is the role of the working committee, that actually there should have been a discussion internally in the ANC and in the NEC about a transitional measure that should be put in place as a scenario, to say in the scenario in which the report comes back saying that the president is guilty, what should then unfold? In the scenario where the president is not guilty, then it's all systems go. Now, the ANC has been caught napping, as you put it. It's in disarray. It's very clear that they don't know what to do, but they are delaying the inevitable, because it's clear that there is no difference between Cyril Ramaphosa and Jacob Zuma. They have both broken the oath of office.
Yeah, and your piece that you've penned in Daily Maverick makes that very clear, and you describe it by saying, you begin it rather by saying the president has been a serious disappointment as a president. Why?
Yeah, look, Ramaphosa came in with this euphoria of hope, Tumamina, and so on. But what did he promise and what did he achieve? If you look at the reconfiguration of the state, which is one of the primary things that he promised, it has not been done. We were expecting the downsizing of government departments. Nothing was done. ESCOM, Ramaphosa came in as a former deputy president. As a deputy president, you are responsible for government business, and he was presiding over all state-owned enterprises. Now, he takes a trip to the UK to attend the funeral of the Queen, and he then shortcuts his trip. He comes back, and nothing happens. Instead, we get worse and worse, stage 5, stage 6, and so on. So it's very clear that Ramaphosa came into government unprepared. Secondly, you look at the people that he inherited. He continued to work with people that were known to be Zuma stooges, from ministers to director generals of various state enterprises. If you look at statecraft, there are certain departments that when you get in, it's a no compromise zone. The police, you need to have a commissioner of police. When did Ramaphosa appoint his own commissioner of police? Very late. When you look at defense, it was the same. Even the ministers, by the way, he inherited the very same ministers and he kept them, even those that have actually disappointed him. You look at the uprising in KZN, he still maintained the very same people. He rewarded Mapisa Ngakula, taking her to parliament. Now she's going to be the one to preside over his own fate. So Ramaphosa came into government unprepared. His legacy will be a legacy of a president who did nothing.
But some people might think maybe you're very bit harsh there, Brutus, because there are some other parts of the state that he sorted out, like the National Prosecuting Authority, the NPA. Some people might argue there's been improvement there in the appointment of the investigative directorate by how some cases coming out of the state capture process are now seeing a light of day in terms of court cases. Just two examples. What do you say?
It is too little too late then. We knew that we came from Zuma's years of corruption and plunder. We needed a president who was alive to that possibility. When you inherit a government after Jacob Zuma, you have low-hanging fruits that you just need to give people hope, tangible things that you could do. The arrest of various people who were implicated in state capture. When we were getting the reports, the movie from State Capture Commission, we expected to see swift action being taken. I have no issues with Batoy, but she has been very, very slow. And corruption has been a very serious problem for the past 15 years. And we know to date, we only have 2 or 3 people, politicians that we can point as evidence of something done against corruption. It's Tony Yengeni and John Block. Only those 2. Now we have people that are also in his so-called slate, that are contesting the coming conference, who were exposed for accepting things like whiskies, bribe packs, and so on. So the ANC is discredited. His mission of uniting the ANC has failed. The ANC remains really seriously divided. There is no unity in the ANC, and the ANC has not been renewed because it is recycling the very same deadwoods, the very same corrupt people, given new responsibilities.
Thank you very much for your time and insights this afternoon. That's Brutus Malada, a political strategist and a research consultant. Still ahead today.